In today's episode, I want to go over 5 very common mistakes that I see homeowners make on a day-to-day basis. This is stuff I run into all the time, and I just want to review them so you as a homeowner don't make the same mistakes. The topics I'm going to be covering today are going to be not getting an extra bundle of shingles after a job is completed, tar applications, which this can kind of be mixed with just using a cheaper contractor. Some people just want the quick fix, but I advise against it. Getting photos after a repair is completed, making sure they actually know what was done and that they're paying for something that was completed properly. Number 4 is going to be getting gutter helmets. It's a certain style of gutter guard on an older roof. There's something you definitely need to be careful of on the eaves. And then lastly is going to be misjudging how safely you can get up on a roof. So there's a big difference between a steep roof and a flatter roof, and I'll get into the difference. Starting with number 1, making sure you're just getting an extra bundle of shingles after a job is completed. Why is this so important? As you can imagine, let's say you're 5-10 years down the road and you need repairs to be completed. If you need more than one bundle of shingle for the repair, so let's say maybe high winds came by and it blew off a patch of shingles, you don't want to have just one bundle. And now if you need more, you know exactly what you need. And just for those odds and ends repairs, one bundle is typically also going to be enough. So having an extra bundle of shingles after a job is completed will let you know the exact kind of shingle it is, size, and everything you need to make sure you can get that shingle repair completed in a timely fashion. Bear in mind, if you do repairs later on down the road, even 5-8 years down the road, that sun is definitely going to fade that shingle. So don't expect just because you have an original bundle that it's going to be an exact match. We do repairs all the time and we get as close as we can, and hopefully that repair can be done in a more inconspicuous spot. Number 2, getting photos after repair is completed. Why is this so critical? So I see it time and time again that anything where a contractor does work where a homeowner can't see it, they tend to skip steps. It's just something I see all the time. It is unfortunate, but being a homeowner myself, I want to make sure that if I'm paying a contractor to do the work, he's not only doing it, stopping the leak, but also doing it in a proper fashion. I recently just got up on a roof where there was a leak, and the way they repaired it was iffy at best. I mean, they literally lifted up shingles, shoved more shingles under there, and technically it fixed it, but it's just really temporary. And because it's not installed properly, winds can blow, separate those shingles because the exposure, the way it's installed, is just not correct. So making sure you can avoid these problems by requesting those photos, not only after the repair is complete, but also during. Making sure you're seeing the process, that it was actually repaired correctly. Even if you're not familiar with how it's done, most contractors are happy to review other photos and get a second opinion just to make sure it was done properly. Number 3, gutter helmets. There's a lot of different ways that these are designed. We call them gutter helmets as a unanimous way to kind of identify them. Leaf filter is the same style. It's essentially just a 100% clog-free way to protect your gutters from having leaf debris in there. This is where we usually promote this option. When you have a mixed bag as far as trees go around the homes, you have pine needles, you have small leaf debris, you have large leaf debris like oaks and maples. This is going to be your one-stop shop that kind of protects from everything. The only reason I say it's marketed as a 100% clog-free, yes, that is technically the case, but a lot of the times if it has heavy buildup, the way some of these are designed, you definitely have to get them cleaned every now and again, because that heavy buildup will prevent the rain water from going in every single time, and a lot of it can start to cascade over. And I've seen certain types of gutter guards where it actually does clog in the front, so definitely something to be wary of. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of homeowners opt to install these maybe 12-15 years into a roof's lifespan. The big problem with this is those shingles become brittle over time. So if you have a gutter helmet installation, most of these gutter helmets, instead of it just being the width of the gutter, some of these are 9, 11, 13 inches long. So they're going in between that first and second course of shingles, or they're going between that first course and starter layer of shingles. And what happens is when you open that up and break it, a lot of the times it's torn or it creases really heavily. So now that that seal is broken, the wind's going to pick it up. Eventually that shingle can tear off. And I've seen it even happen during installation. I recently had a couple homeowners where they had this done and then they noticed shingles falling off the roof. Lo and behold, it wasn't in the middle of the field or in the middle of a slope. It was just coming off of the edges where the seal had been broken from the gutter guys doing their job. Now, this is not a blame, this is not a fault on anybody. It's just something that if you are having it done, making sure your gutter contractors are making you aware of how old the roof is, or maybe just having a roofing contractor come and inspect the roof before you have this done. That way you're aware of what the side effects may be of having this kind of installation on an older shingled roof. Number 4, let's get into tar applications. So Tar is really just your go-to fix. It's easy. It's something you can pick up from Home Depot, your hardware stores. I usually advise against this application. So a lot of times I see homeowners doing this, but I'm not just going to pick on homeowners because a lot of times I see contractors doing this as just a cheap fix. There's a lot of other silicones that you can actually use that are going to give you about the same result, but are not quite as messy. The big problem with these tar applications is most people spread it too much and then they don't know where exactly to put it. So it's kind of guesswork. It gets put everywhere, and a lot of the times it will not fix the problem for an extended period of time. And then you're just creating a bigger proper repair to be done later on down the road. So before you just go up there and slap something on there, I would advise you to please have somebody that's a professional come out there, assess it, and see what is really going to fix it for the long term if possible. If the shingles are just too old, obviously that's a whole nother conversation. But there's also other small ways you can fix it. It can be a temporary repair until maybe you do have the money to get that full replacement done. Lastly, I want to get on the steepness of a roof. I made a quick short about this, but the way we judge the pitch of a roof is rise over run. A 12-12 is about the steepest you're going to typically find. A 12-12 is essentially a 45-degree angle. Anything realistically above a 9-12, most people, even including myself, that climbs roofs all the time, you're going to need safety equipment. With that being said, I don't recommend any homeowner really getting on a roof that's above a 6-12 pitch. 6-12 is still kind of pushing it, especially if it's like a 2-story drop. But there's ways you can find this out that don't cost any money. There's actually something called a pitch gauge. That's an app you can download on your phone. It's completely free. You just go to the pitch gauge, you lay your phone on your roof, and it's very accurate. So if it's steeper than a 6-12, really even a 5-12 sometimes, I would highly advise not getting on that roof without proper equipment. So if something's leaking, if you need a tarp, please be wary of this. I see plenty of homeowners get up there and misjudge it, and that's where I hear some of the horror stories of people falling off roofs. Do roofing contractors fall off roofs? Absolutely. It's, of course, still always a problem, but we do carry that safety equipment. We do take extra caution. And I understand if something is happening immediately, like you need to throw a tarp on your roof, but please just be cautious, be wary of how steep a roof is to see if it's even something that while you're trying to fix something, you don't break something in the process. So there you have it. Those are 5 common homeowner mistakes that I see almost on a daily, if not weekly basis, that I hope I can help you avoid. Thanks for watching, guys.